After 4 months fighting in the south of England, my squadron has just come out of the front line, as it were, to an aerodrome in a quieter part of the country, up north. We have had our casualties, of course, in these 4 months, as 6 pilots in the squadron were lost. During this time, scarcely a day passed without a combat. On many days we were sent up half a dozen times to fight battles, often against large formations of the enemy. In the circumstances, we consider our losses were astonishingly light. On the other hand, our bag of enemy aircraft was 89 destroyed and confirmed, with many probables and damaged. So the Germans paid a stiff price for our losses, and each new successful engagement gave us fresh heart for more. My unit is the City of Glasgow Squadron, one of several auxiliary squadrons which have been fighting in the south. Within 6 weeks of hostilities, the squadron was engaged in the first fighter command action of the war, the raid on the Firth of Forth on October the 16th, 1939. In that action, the squadron helped to shoot down the first enemy aircraft to be lost in the present war over British soil. I had nothing to do with it personally. In fact, I rather distinguished myself by being about the only person in the squadron who did not fire his guns at something Teutonic that day. Truth is, I never saw any German aircraft in the air while I was up. My record, up till early this summer, consisted of having seen 2 German aircraft in the air when I was on the ground, and 2 on the ground when I was in the air. Not one sausage did I see in the air while I was flying. One night in June, however, when I was on patrol, a Heinkel came my way, caught in the beams of several searchlights. This turned out to be my first victim. When the target aircraft is brightly illuminated, as this one was, it becomes fairly easy to shoot it down, as you have the advantage of seeing without being seen. The one difficulty I did find was to be able to gauge the attitude of the target, since there is no background to it. It looks like something sitting stationary in mid-air, when, in fact, it is traveling at 200 miles per hour or thereabouts. After my debut, as one might call this combat, the squadron had several encounters with reconnaissance aircraft, mostly in 1s and 2s over the North Sea. But it was not until my squadron moved south, some time after I had been given command of it, that we encountered the real blitz. Soon after this, on one particular patrol, we were told to intercept a raid of about 100 enemy aircraft which were coming in from the south. We were informed that their height was about 8 to 10,000 feet, and that just about that height there was a heavy layer of cloud. Consequently, we split into 2 flights. One flight, which I was leading, went above the clouds. The other remained below to make sure we did not miss the raid by being on the wrong side of the cloud layer. As you can well understand, it's not possible for a pilot when flying an aircraft to hear any outside noises, and one has to rely entirely on seeing one's quarry. As it happened on this occasion, we did hear something of our prey. The enemy were using a wireless frequency which must have been very nearly the same as our own, for presently we began to hear them chattering away to each other like a lot of monkeys in a box. As we approached them, the chatter grew louder and louder. Then suddenly we spotted them. They were straggled out in large V's of about 18 aircraft in each, just above the clouds. As we were only 6 in number against their 100 or so, we saw them a long time before they saw us, which, of course, gave us a big initial advantage. We were able to climb above them and get out in front of their leading formation. As we approached nearer, the Huns suddenly spotted us, and above all their chatter, a somewhat agonized voice came through as clear as daylight. Achtung, Achtung, Spitfire! At that, an amazing transformation took place, and the straggling formation closed up into a formidable mass, the ME-110s wheeling out from the front.